We motherfucking live. We here like we sit in the classroom or some shit like that. This is motherfucking talk your shit, but we gotta call it talk your ish because you know YouTube and censorship shit. But it's talk your shit. Episode 2. M.Reck in the motherfucking building. Oh shit! See that? That's how crazy it is. I gotta mute this shit. There we go. Mute up because we live like that. You know what I'm saying? We live. So this is episode 2. Episode 1, we had the homie Gorilla Nims from Coney Island. Episode 2 right here, we got
Unkasa. You already know Cranman, Rockstar, Mr. Ferragamo, Casa Kalinsky. Y'all niggas know what it is with me.
Harlem in the motherfucking building.
H-Dub.
Harlem in the motherfucking building. Unkasa, what's going on, man?
Been working, man. Dropped 2 mixtapes last year. Really, I dropped one on Halloween, and then I dropped the part 2, the prequel of it, on motherfucking New Year's Day. So y'all go get that Vanilla Sky 1 and 2. It's on my mixtape, Spinrilla and that piff. Go get those, download those if you ain't got them.
You not a new jack in this shit. You a veteran now. You've been in the game for a minute. Introduced on the Diplomats album, right?
Yes.
Was that the first time you ever was broadcast to the world on that album?
No, I was known in the streets. Before I met Kim, I had a record deal with Blackground Records. Shout out to Barry Hankinson and Leah, God bless her soul.
Timberland. Leah uncle?
Yeah, I was signed to Barry Hankinson. Shout out to Bryce Wilson, Jimmy Henchman, Haitian Jack, all them niggas. I came up under them niggas.
Wow. So, you just gave us some history that we didn't know. We thinking you just straight up Harlem Dipset. We didn't even know that
I was signed as our management through Jimmy Henchman and Bryce. Came up under them niggas. Like when I got my first deal was with Blackground Records. That was like 1998.
Is a solo artist?
Yeah, it's a solo artist. They had changed distribution, so I can either be shelf or leave. So I just left, and then right after that, Lupe Fiasco signed me to a deal with First and 15. So I moved to Chicago. Me and Stack Bundle, God bless his soul. The anniversary is the day before my birthday. So shout out to Stacks.
So nobody know that, right? Everybody think it was just because we heard that Stack was in Chicago, but we didn't know that you was out there too.
Yeah, I was out there with Lupe. Lupe, shout out to Chili, Free Chili. Chili signed me. Like me and Lupe, we met over the phone one night about 12 o'clock. I was laying in bed just chilling, and Bryce called my phone and was like, "Yo, niggas think you a game on this mic, such and such." I was like, "Yo, whoever want to battle, let's do it." They was like, "Yo, let's do it right now." So I'm like, over the phone. The first battle I ever battled over the phone was with Lupe. Me and this nigga battled for about 45 minutes. Then probably a few months later, I remember the first annual BET Awards when Jay-Z came out on the H to the Izzo. When you did that track, that's the day me and Lupe battled. We battled in the studio for 3 hours.
Who took it?
I give it a draw. He had bars, I had bars. I really give it a draw.
Because you talking about you battling that raw uncut before Kick Push Lupe.
Yeah, nah, I don't know that Lupe.
You talking about that Lupe with that crazy ass flow.
I'm talking about, man, hustling Lupe. Like, don't get it fucked up. Do the research on his manager, and you know what I'm talking about. Them niggas wasn't. I didn't know nothing about no skateboard. He wasn't riding no skateboards when I was fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? He was a dope boy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
From the shop.
From the shop, Madison Avenue, West Side.
It wasn't even Chirac no more.
Nah,
it wasn't Chirac at the time. Nah. Was it wild and crazy out there when you was out there?
Motherfucking right. I saved our life one night. One day, this is my first week out there. It was a club called E2s. And when I pulled up to the front of the club with my nigga Bug and my nigga Pro, it was like, we going in there, we gonna fuck the club up tonight. They had all their First and 15 chains on, Grimaldi watches, all types of shit. And I pulled up in the front and I ain't feel it. I ain't feel a vibe. I felt like a strange vibe. So I'm like, yo, I'm not going there. I don't really play clubs too tight in my hood. So I'm not going in there. So it was like, what you want to do? I was like, let's go back to the studio and work. We went back to the studio and work, smoke, whatever. I know about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, they came knocking on my room door like, yo, come down to the basement. Yo, look on the TV. 13 people or something died in Club E2s that night.
Wow.
So
trust your gut always. Vibes be real.
So that's right now. So I don't give a fuck what niggas say. If I feel a bad vibe, I also did that shit in Boston. We was on a promo run for Purple City and we was in a club and they just started letting anybody in the VIP. At that time, I I had a chain that wasn't even fully paid for from David Bling, about $100,000 chain cross. I was seeing the bouncers letting niggas in, letting the girls, and I was like, yo, Shice, I gotta get up out of here. He was like, yo, you always catch this vibe. Not today, not today. Told the nigga that was holding us down, the armed security, yo, walk me to the car. Sat in the car. The nigga was like, yo, we ain't gonna let you leave by ourselves. As soon as we got in the car, we went to go get some Dutchess from the gas station. 30 cop cars rushed to the club. Murder in the club.
Wow.
So niggas can't tell me about my gut. I trust mine.
Shout out to Boston. They give it up crazy too.
Super crazy. Give it up super crazy.
So you was doing the black ground thing. Mm-hmm. Then I guess you met Cam, or you knew Cam from what already?
I met Cam through Luca Brasi.
Okay. Luke, he's really the plug.
Yeah, Luca's the plug. Everything. Luca put the original Diplomats crew together. Like from the albums, from like Black Dawn and all these type of guys, they came through Luch. Okay. The meeting ground was 145th and 145th and Broadway. We call that Taliban land. Under the tree with all the red bandanas on a 5'9" blood gang. Y'all niggas know what it is. Everybody from Snoop, Redman, Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Beyonce, I don't give a fuck. They stopped on 145th and they got harassed by the Taliban to buy something.
That's when y'all had the mixtape shit on
the
streets.
Mixtapes, fake iceberg, Coogee, walkie-talkie watches, and everything else you can sell on Broadway. I'm gonna put it like that.
So at this time, there was no. He was still on what? On Diaz at the time.
He was still on Sony.
Entertainment.
Like Luch and them was the guys. Like Luch. Those was the guys that Cam talking about back down on 54th whole click back at me when they running up in the office and get them off the contract. That was Luca and them. You know what I'm saying? That was the Taliban. That was Luca and the rest of Cam's crew that he had as the team. I'm not gonna say security. It was just family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So what was always confusing to us as the people who knew you, because we knew you from Cam. You got introduced on the Dipset album, but then you was just Purple City.
All right.
But then you wasn't Dipset.
Yeah, like that was like Luke. Let me tell you how all this started. Luch.
When you say Luch, you talking about Luke?
Yeah, Luca Brasi. Okay. Yeah, okay. K Luke. Y'all gotta know him. K Lucci, Luca Brasi. Y'all know my nigga the Taliban.
Okay.
All right. Luch and Shice did a mixtape together called Purple City versus Taliban versus Purple City.
Okay.
Shice had some artists. Luca had me and J.R. Ryder.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was family. So we was rapping the Taliban. You know what I'm saying? So we did that first mixtape. We did a second mixtape called A Bully and a Hustler, Luch and Shice, hosted by K. Slay. Around that time, Luch was incarcerated. He had to do maybe a year and a half or something. So the Taliban was left wide open. I was the only one, and JR was the only ones repping Taliban. By that time, JR already had built a relationship with Cam through Luch and me too. But when Luch went to prison, I was fucking with Shice hard. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I started writing rhymes for Shice. I was writing we was like, yo, he was like, yo, I was like, yo, let's do this Purple City thing. You know what I'm saying? To Luca, come on, we gonna just put this shit in a perspective of where we gonna keep this mixtape shit going.
So where's Dipset at the time?
Dipset is still, yes, Dipset is like on they mixtape run.
Okay.
Just before Cam album come out. You know what I'm saying? Just before Come Home With Me come out, this is that run.
Okay.
Remember the Diplomat CD with the furs and all that? This is that run.
Okay.
So Cam and them is getting hot. Me and Shice is just grinding. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Luch was incarcerated, so we had to put the Bully and the Hustler CD together. Just me and Shice. Mm-hmm. We had J Mills, all the artists, everybody. Ali Vegas, any hot artists that was coming up from that time. Don't give a fuck where you was from. You was on a Purple City mixtape. That was successful.
Okay.
By the time we was putting out The Matrix and all that, Luch was just coming home. So we already our buzz was getting stupid. You know what I'm saying? Then we had exclusive Diplomat shit. You know what I'm saying? Diplomat, how everybody became Diplomat, because that was like the base of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was
that's how everything came into play.
So you so how come you wasn't a part of the Dipset group? You was Purple City because of the reason you.
It was too. I felt like it was too many niggas eating off that plate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was too many. You know what I'm saying? If you remember the Diplomat intro, Cam said I signed the Diplomat. That was to make the album sound good. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of fucked up deals for me because he was like, oh, you already signed. Lupe fell out with me over that. Because at the time, I was signed to Lupe. I did that intro. Shit. Did that intro a year before I moved to Chicago. I never knew that I was gonna make the Diplomat album. You know how I found out that was on the Diplomat album?
When you heard it?
No. Oh. Remember the Double XL magazine with 50 Cent on the cover. It was 50 Eminem and Dre.
Yes.
Remember that cover? Mm-hmm. And remember they had all the albums that was coming out there and who was starting off for what? I looked in the magazine. It said intro done by Unkasa. I was like, oh shit. Wow. So that's how I found out I was on the Diplomat album.
And you knew it was called the intro, or you didn't?
Yeah, that was because they said because they was on everybody album that they was rating, they was saying who started the album off and all that. And my name was first. Intro of the album, Unkasa. That's how I found out.
Did you get paid for that?
Nah, I never got paid for that.
You ain't get no publishing on that?
Nah, I never got no publishing on that. My name is in the credits. It say A Wilder, Cameron Giles, and that was a Kanye West beat, but I never got publishing on that. I was just grateful at the time
to get the look.
You
know, hindsight 2020, you rather have your club, right?
Salute to Cam, Jewels, Jim, Freaky Ziggy for even let me start off the album. So you win some, you lose some.
So the Purple City, what label was that on?
Purple City. We dropped 13 mixtapes before we even took a deal. Mm-hmm. We dropped mixtape after mixtape. We had signed up Baby Green.
Okay. And that's you, Shice, Aguilar.
Ag never signed. Ag was a producer. Ag was a producer for Purple City. He later on got a deal with Baby Green. But he wasn't signed. He wanted to be an artist, but he was never signed as a Purple City artist.
So he never was in the group?
Nah, he was
on paper. He was never.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? I was the only signed artist to Purple City at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Ag was, I think, had a producer agreement with Shice. I don't know if but I know they had some type of agreement. He was never on paper, but he was a part of the family. He was Purple City. It was it was three entities. Me, Shice Bug, and Aguilar. We built that sound.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So y'all do the Purple City thing. Mm-hmm. Y'all put out a project.
We put out the project.
Jim Jones jump on the shit.
Nah, that's before the Jim Jones executive produced. That was the second album, Purple City album. Jim Jones got on a Purple City Bird Gang record. We owned our own studio at the time. So everybody used to just come hang there, smoke, chill, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. One day, Ag was doing the beat, you know what I'm saying?
He's an animal.
Yeah, Ag was doing the beat.
Animal.
And I walked in the studio. We had the studio over there on Park Avenue on 116th. Yep. It was all purple. You remember it? Yep. All purple. You remember how that shit was? We had our own storefront and all. This is early in the game. So we had the pool table downstairs. Wild bitches running around. You know how it was.
Yes, sir.
So, Ag was doing a beat, and I come in, I see Shice in the booth. I'm like, he said, yeah, nigga, I don't need you no more. I got my shit together. So I'm like, all right, let me hear what you got. So Ag said, yo, let him hear what you got so far. So it came on. Shice Bump, I'm the veteran, 12th grade. I was a lost CD letterman. When he headed to Crackland, headed to Maryland, knocking fiends left. I was like, okay, all right. I got on the verse. Right? Jim coming in the studio and hear it. Looks like, yo, that shit hard. Jim started doing the hook. Then Jim put a verse on it. Then we just let it fly on the mixtapes. After that song called A Buzz, it was a director that shoot movies and videos named Carl Verner. Shout out to Carl Verner. Aunt Lava, that was working at Rockefeller on the promotion, walked up to me one day. I went to the Rockefeller building. It was Rockefeller on this side. You go through one side, the Diplomats at their office. So I'm headed to the Diplomat. I'm good. I headed to the Diplomat side of the studio. I mean, I was heading there. Aunt Lava was like, yo, come here. Aunt Lava is the life of Rockefeller. Let me tell you, Aunt Lava was the life of Rockefeller for the promotion. when you come in there, he got a big ass DJ speaker bumping nothing but that shit. At the time, Rockefeller and Diplomat was kind of like this. He would play Diplomat shit, Rockefeller shit. Shout out to Ant Lava. And Lava was like, yo, Carl Vernon, this director, he want to shoot a video for y'all if y'all got the money. At the time, we had nothing but money from the streets. So I told Shice. Shice got it with Ant Lava and Carl Vernon and made it happen. The first video we ever shot was on film, $27,000 straight, no budget, out the pocket. You know what I'm saying?
And you end up getting cameos from the whole
everybody. Cause let me tell you how that went down. It was a blessing. It was a blessing from God the way that video went down. First of all, the day we scouted the video for this for the locations, that was the blackout.
I remember that shit.
The blackout. So we going on traffic.
Shit was spooky.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All the lights is out, cool. So when the lights go out, we like, oh damn. After that, me and Shice go back to his crib. Shice had 2 laptops charged. Shice had money, a lot of money back then. Shice had 2 laptops charged. That's how we survived the night. We went and got some Chinese food from the Chinaman and watched movies on a laptop until them shits died. Next morning, we woke up about 1 in the afternoon. The lights and shit came back.
Yeah, because the lights came back on in the afternoon.
Yeah,
they didn't come on in the morning.
That light came back on in the afternoon. So, that's when, we was getting the perspective of what we're going to do for the video. Monica Monroe, she was doing the styling at the time, so it was this day boiling up. The same day we shot the Purple City video, it was the first annual Santana's Town Day. Jewels had us cook out on his annual basketball tournament, so that's why we was able to catch all those kids. That's when we had the store on 151st and Amsterdam. That's the Kaboom, that's Santana's Town. So it was inevitable. It started raining that day. That's how this.
That's why they really had the umbrellas out and shit.
For real,
purple umbrella.
The piano guy, we owed money for the piano. Piano got wet. That's what. But it made the video look so much better. They was like, yo, look at the ground is wet. I was on my block on 51st between Amsterdam and Broadway. The first time a video was ever shot. I had my Winnebago. All the niggas that told me when I was young I wasn't never gonna shoot a video on my block proved y'all wrong. But that whole day was perfect. Cam came out with the pink range. Everybody, all the diplomats, Duke the Guard, Karen Civil was in the video.
Pause right there. Somebody said Karen Civil was your girl. Is that fact?
We'll get to that. Yeah, that was a fact.
Okay.
That's how everybody, because that time I met Karen in the Santana Sound store. Her, Marissa that was working with Flex, they was all like little helpers to Jewel's mom. Shout out to Mom Dad. She had all them working for her every Saturday. When I met Karen, when I seen Karen, I fell in love with her the first time I seen her. So I was like, I told Miss Debbie, I said, that's gonna be my girl. You know what I'm saying? She's like, boy, please. Next thing she know, I was on a date with her. You know what I'm saying? So
where's she from?
Karen's from Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Okay.
But that's how that video went down. Being that it was on my block, it was Santana Sound Day. It just mashed. The first person on the set was Miss Ma Deb. 7 a.m, raining. Gave me a kiss on the cheek. You did it. This is what I'm fucking talking about. That's how she talk. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
El's mom?
Yeah, her mom, his mom was like my mom. This is what the fuck I'm talking about, nigga. That's right. Fix my hat up and all that. Wiped off my watch. It was like, yeah, got the ring stuck. Let's get it. And that's how the video started. That's the scene when you see me in the basement with the pink fedora on. I still got that hat. It's messed up and dirty, but I still got it.
Another rumor, you was the one who started the whole pink thing.
Yeah, that's not a rumor. Ask people.
They said Cam took the pink shit from you.
I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna be politically correct. He made it. He innovated. I bring it to the game. He innovated it. You know, he had more access
notoriety.
To he had more. Yeah, he had more notoriety. But the real go to Harlem. Ask Rosalind Brogdon. Ask Bryce Wilson. Ask Barry Hankerson. God bless her. If Aaliyah was here, she'll tell you because that was her favorite color. When I came to the label on Black Round Records in 1998, they was like, yo, what's your image? I said, nothing but pink shit. I want the flyest pink shit. They looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, because I would have looked at you like you was fucking crazy too.
My documentary coming out later on this year.
What's the name of it?
The autobiography of Antonio Wilder. But you know me as Unkasa.
Go ahead, right?
This is my thing. Why Cam never saluted you like, yo, this is Unkasa thing. I just took it and ran with it. On the pink shit.
Like I said, man, you win some, you lose some, man. But people know where it comes from.
But ain't no such thing as a loss.
It's not a loss.
Something.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of
the
loss.
lesson is the win.
Yeah, because he took it to somewhere I couldn't take it at the time because he was on a bigger platform. But salute to Kim. That's my big bro. I'm still only one that can probably go fuck with Cam, Jim, and Jewels. Cam gave me a lot of work. When I come there, if he got an artist he need me to write for, Cam got my money right there, cash on the table. Yo, before I even write nothing here, put that in your pocket. Now go to work.
Dope. That's and you know what's good though. After all the years of the turmoil and all that shit, you still get money. That's the most important thing.
That's my big bro. I love Cam to death, man. Cam, we can go. Listen.
Yeah. So you do the Purple City shit come out. Incredible album. I loved it. I think my favorite shit on there was I think it's called Winning.
Yeah,
love that shit.
Thank you.
Why you ain't do a fucking video for that, man?
Listen. Me and Bathgate doing a video for my documentary.
Well, make sure I'm around. I love that fucking.
It's
record,
never too
man.
late to shoot classic shit.
That's I think that's Christopher Cross too. I just love that fucking song. Shout out to Aguilar on the production.
Yeah,
he
shout
did
out
an
to
incredible job.
Definitely shout out to Ag.
How the fuck y'all met him? He's from Brooklyn. He's from Queens.
Ag was, God bless his soul. Shice was like a mentor, a big brother to this kid named D Double that got murdered.
Okay.
That was Ag's friend. One day, I met Ag. I was chilling playing auto. Yeah. With D Double. He came to the crib. I said, "Yo, you the kid from Ghetto Girl?" That was my shit. He was like, "Yo," that's how we got cool. But how he got introduced as a producer to us, he left a beat CD at D Double's house. D Double gave it to Shice. Shice listened to it, seen some shit, started recording. That's how the
I know y'all heard some fire because Aguilar ain't no joke on that production.
That kid is a genius. We ain't gonna take that from that kid.
Yeah, like I've seen him do shit.
Even though he be coming sideways and his feelings on the shit, salute to you, Ag, because you was a part of history too.
So actually it came to a point where there is no more Purple City. Y'all was on a high and then before Purple City broke up, it was Bird Gang, Jim Jones, and then y'all was Purple City, but it was Purple City Bird Gang. How did that happen?
Bird Gang symbolizes the diplomat bird. Okay. But it's Purple City, and we all the Bird Gang. You know what I'm saying? I got that shit tatted on my arm. Look, fuck a chain, fuck all that shit. I got that shit. I'm gonna die with that. So, you know what I'm saying? The chain can get took, pawned, lost, all like that. My arm ain't going nowhere but the dirt. Yeah, but
makes sense.
We was always Purple City. He just made the hook. That's us, that Purple City Bird Gang. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Bird Gang was diplomats. It's the Dipset. It's the bird. We the Bird Gang. We the birds flying around. We have birds on our necks, birds on our own. You know, birds on the front of the car, the Bentleys. We the fucking Bird Gang. We was flying high. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Bird Gang symbolizes to it. If you look at it, there it go. Yeah. Bird Gang. You see it? Bird Gang. Taliban, Purple City. That's dedicated to the first mixtape. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all, when did y'all break up? When was it over for Purple City?
This is what happened. Second album, Jim Jones executive produced the second album. They gave him a bunch of money.
Good or bad thing?
I'm not gonna say a good or a bad thing. It was politics. Okay. Right? Okay. It was a song called Trap Nigga. Originally, I didn't want to get on the song because I thought it sounded like some Jeezy shit. Okay. I thought it was sounding just like that. And it had Jeezy on the hook saying, I'm a real, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't my flavor. I already seen where the game was going. Like, oh, this is what we're going to have to do to stay relevant, start sounding like niggas from the A. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the label made me, they was like, we not gonna press up the album, we ain't letting go no advances. I ain't even get my second part of advance anyway from Black Round Records. I'm gonna come see you, Chuck. They made me get on this record. It was time to shoot the video. When they were shooting the video, it was like 2-3 in the afternoon. I still haven't shot a scene. When I show up to the video, it wasn't no wardrobe there for me. You know what I'm saying? It was just looking like a Shice song featuring Jim. So I'm sitting around, I got people flying in to come like, this is supposed to be the album. It ain't no scenes for me. And the scenes that they did have for me was cameo scenes. Nigga, I'm the top dog of this group.
Yeah, you're the lyricist.
I'm the lyricist. I'm the head of the group. When it's Voltron, I'm the body and part of the head, because Shice is the brain and the marketing, but I'm the music and the momentum behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I left. I'm like, I'm standing out here from now. I've been out here since 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. I left. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. About 1, 2 in the afternoon, almost 3.
You just left the set.
I left. I broke out.
Didn't tell nobody?
Niggas knew. I'm like, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I really broke out, because I asked Shice. I'm like, yo, what's going on, bro? He was like, yo, go talk to Chuck.
Who's Chuck?
Chuck Wilson, the owner of Baby Grand. So I go over to Chuck. Yo, Chuck, what's going on, man? My partner, I don't know what's going on, huh? So you got the CEO of Purpose telling me. You got the CEO of Purpose City telling me he don't know what's going on at the shoot. Then you got the CEO of the label that signs our checks telling me he don't know what's going on. If I'm asking the two head niggas at the motherfucking video shoot, they don't know what's going on. Why the fuck should I be there? It's time for me to go. I was heated. I was tears rolling down my face. People flew in to come see me. People calling me on phone. Yo, I'm at the video shoot. Where are you? I'm on my way back to Syracuse. 5-hour ride.
Damn.
Soon as I get to Syracuse, I ain't eat nothing or nothing. Go get me some Dutchess and a root beer. I went straight to the booth and made the Purple City disc record. Mm-hmm. Straight to the booth. 5-hour ride straight to the booth.
Hindsight of 2020, good or bad move by doing that?
Good and bad.
What was the good thing about it? Because you got to get your feelings out, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was a stress reliever, but it was a bad move because it wasn't professional. I was young at the time. It was built off my emotions, but it served its purpose. It served its purpose. Y'all ain't got no information for me at the video shoot. Y'all gonna hear what I got to say.
So after this, there is no more Purple City?
Nah, we still had to put out the album. Me and Shice was mad at me for a minute. If y'all don't know, the second album came with a DVD. Mm-hmm. And it was like the first reality TV. They showed the beef. They showed me leave the video set. They showed me say Monday morning we gotta renegotiate. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I ain't have no answers at the video shoot. As soon as I put the record out, that shit was up 10 minutes. You know how MySpace was. That shit was up to 30,000.
Yeah, MySpace was
30,000 listens. I was breaking internet back then. Niggas was like, I got a call from Shice. I ain't pick up. I got a call from Chuck Wilson. I ain't pick up. I got a call from Alan Grumblatt. I ain't pick up. Then one morning, I'm just on Alan was like, yo, what can we do to fix this? It's nothing. I'm embarrassed. I'm sitting at this video shoot. This shit is all fucked up. And these niggas ain't got my money. I ain't even get a second part of my advance for that. The backing, they tell me the backing when everything's turned in. I've never seen that.
To this day?
Never.
What they owe you?
Money. After that, let me tell you this shit, right? All right, cool. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. We're gonna get back to that. Okay. Fast forward a little bit. When we doing the Skull Gang thing, I was doing 15 songs a fucking day in UL studio. 15 songs a day for 4 years. And hooks. Mostly the material that was on the Skull Gang mixtape falls Body Like a Maserati and all that shit. And Aggie, that was my album. You know what I'm saying? But I had a choice to have a solo album on couch or bring my niggas in and we do a group album. I said, fuck that. I'm bringing all my niggas on. Wow. When that money came, shit got funny. You know what I'm saying? Because
who got the money?
LSAT got the money for Skull Gang, right? But I was still signed to Purpose City Baby Grand. So, but they had to pay what they was gonna give me for the events back to Baby Grand. They said anywhere from 15 to 20 something thousand. I don't know exactly how much. I only took 17,000 from Baby Grand. You know what I'm saying? So this is where made me want to fuck Chuck Wilson up on some other shit, on some like, you trying to play me now. All right, I paid you back more than what you gave me, right? After that, they put the album, I turned in my album, niggas, they said they ain't like it. After I signed the Skull Gang, they put that album out as the best of Unkasa on Baby Gun Records. I have not seen no publishing or check from it. And then niggas wonder why I be spazzing and all that shit.
To this day.
To this day, I have not seen
a
check.
To this day, Chuck Wilson.
Go to Apple Music right now and punch in Unkasa, and that album will pop up. I've never received. So all you niggas that cop that album, all you niggas that cop that album, take that shit back to the store, because I never received no residuals off that album. So
you don't even get your pub, nothing?
Nothing. I got nothing off that album.
Wow.
And they got their money back that they paid me. They got their money back. After Els and them paid them back for me, I was fucked up. I ain't have no money. I was still in the streets hustling. I ain't have no money. That was a rough, fucked up summer for me and my family, because everybody got their advance from the group. Everybody's in Miami. Everybody's partying. Nobody's not even working no more. Because once niggas got the buzz, we did 1 million downloads in a week. And just, you know what I'm saying? We was doing 5 million views on World Star. We the niggas, man, y'all niggas be talking all this shit. Skull Gang set the trend for World Star. We was putting out 2 videos every fucking week in commercials.
And I remember coming out there doing interviews with y'all. This is before.
Let them know we was doing 24-hour video shoots.
Facts. This is before.
Look, no rented props, no rented jewelry, everything on.
This is before Louis V. Banks' brother didn't even want niggas to know he rapped.
For real, he was real.
He was there with y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I remember he was like, "Yo, don't put the camera on."
And this is when it was still tension with G Unit and
Facts. Yep.
Slow, bring that camaraderie around.
Yep.
Shout out to Slow Bucks and Slow and Bucks. They're my bros. Yeah. They put a lot of shit together. Niggas out there killing them right there. They smart dudes. They from the street. Shout out to Soup Salt, the whole Slow Bucks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna leave nobody out, because they helped a lot with the Skull Gang shit.
Yeah,
when that Skull Gang shit, don't mean to cut you off. When that Skull Gang shit, them niggas was taking this through Baisley projects. Niggas was popping out of garbage cans with guns just to hold us down. They was taken everywhere in Queens. We had that shit on Smash. So shout out to Slow Bucks and all that whole movement, man.
And I remember, because when we went out there, I remember looking at him. I said, "Yo, Shorty look just like Lloyd Banks, man." Remember, we was like, "Yo," he was like,
and then niggas remember he played Lloyd Banks in a video.
Exactly. So I was like, "Yo, that must be Lloyd Banks' little brother." And I remember him saying to me, "Don't put the camera on me."
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out that was Depp's cousin. You know what I'm saying? So it all started making a lot of sense.
Yeah, Depp is related to Banks.
Yeah, and then every time we saw Louis V after that, he couldn't stop rapping in front of the camera. So we was like, "Yo, you was rapping the whole time. Why you ain't rapping in Joel's studio?"
Because he seen the camaraderie of how niggas was buzzing. So
he would come all the way out there to fuck with y'all. Yeah, and this is around the time Joel's had a bunch of beats from Bink.
Yeah, we had
mad beats from Bink.
It's not a motherfucker in 09 on Skull Gang that didn't come to that studio. I seen Paul Rosenberg in that shit. Wow. Busta Rhymes came to that shit just to listen to music. Puff Daddy, we drunk the first bottle of Ciroc with Diddy. And that, if you think I'm lying, ask Jewels, ask Diddy. He came to that studio 5:30 in the morning with a token white model pouring Ciroc like this with his arms, lemonade and Ciroc, the blue dot saying, "Yo, this the Diddy, but y'all ain't got to call that." But shout out to Ciroc and y'all rhymes. If you go back to them Skull Gang rhymes and all that, listen to niggas shouting out Ciroc in 09 when that shit wasn't even popping. Shout out to Diddy. Diddy came there 6 in the morning just to hear some music.
Y'all had a ill vibe. Yeah. So you leave Purple City.
Yeah.
And then Skull Gang appears, and then I'm like, okay, he's with Jewels, but this is the time where Cam did his Jason Bourne.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Jones is flying high. He got Bird Gang.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jewels came with his crew, which was Skull Gang, which was you. But I always thought it was weird that you was with Jewels because you was with Shice first, but then we first saw you with Cam. Then you was with Shice, and then you was with Jewels. I thought personally, I was like, how does Unkasa fit in all of that? How did that come about?
Because Jewels is my childhood friend. I got probably like 4 or 5 years on age on Jewels. We from the same hood. He's from 153rd. I'm from 151st. We represent the battlegrounds.
Okay.
It's like 1 block and 2, 3 blocks in one.
Shit.
Yeah, it's stressful. Like when Jewels got on, I told Jewels, if you ever get a label situation, I'm gonna come fuck with you.
Okay.
This is way before I even did the Purple City shit, because I just fuck with him like that. But me and Shice wound up doing our own thing. That shit went bad. I feel like I have no control and no respect over there. Mm-hmm. So I left. You know what I'm saying? Me and Chase went on a trip to Universal Studios together. We cried on the way to the airport. He told me how he felt about the disc record and shit. I told him why I did it. And, you know, we had a ball after that. We wound up going to meeting up with Meech and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Going to fuck with them niggas and all that shit.
So you over at Skull Gang. Y'all, Jim got Mel Matrix. He has he has Chink Santana, Stack Bundle, Stack Pass already. I'm talking about when he's doing the Bird Gang thing. So this is the Bird Gang thing is going well. Y'all start the Skull Gang thing, that's going well. The Dipset thing is in a little bit of turmoil because of Cam. You know, we don't know what's happening with Cam. But then there is no more Skull Gang. So I'm confused. I'm like, y'all did all these fucking videos. We went out there. This is around the time it was me, you, and Jordan. What happened?
Once people got a taste of success, remember, I already had success from Purple City. I already had success from Lupe. I already had success from the Diplomat album. I wasn't relatively a new artist. I was just re-innovated, rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? Star never had no fame. Depp never had no fame. Rap never had no fame. It was just me and Jewels that was known. But I wanted them niggas to come up. You know what I'm saying? So,
who brought Star and who brought them in?
Sugar J. Shout out to Sugar J. Sugar J and Chubbs really brought Star around.
You know, Sugar J from Harlem World.
Shout out to Sugar J. Sugar J and Chubby Baby. Child, they really brought her around. Depp came through Slow. Slow brought a bunch of rappers, but Els fell in love with Depp.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Rap is twins, childhood and college roommate.
Twin is L's older brother.
Yeah, that's his older brother.
Okay.
Rap came in on that end from being a college basketball roommate with Twin. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we formed Skull Gang. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all had fucking power. Y'all had clothes. Y'all had so much shit. The shit looked like it was gonna be the biggest movement. I ain't gonna front.
Everybody that got some shine, you got millions of views on the video. Star did 2-3 songs with Lil Wayne, which was unheard of for an unsigned artist. And she was the first one to leave the group. And I never understood that because I'm like, yo, you got money and you got looks. What are you leaving for?
She was sexy as a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what are you leaving for? You like, people who think success come overnight. It don't. You gotta grind. You wasn't down with us 2 years before you was on songs with Lil Wayne and a signed artist.
Look, and this is how big it was, because at this particular time, with all due respect, Lil Wayne is riding Jewels hard.
Yeah, like
these niggas is talking every day.
Let me tell you what happened with Young Money. Wayne took the blueprint of what Jewels was doing with Skull Gang and did that with Young Money, but he had a bigger platform. He had the machine behind. We ain't had no machine. We only had Els, and at that time, Els was just leaving Def Jam.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we ain't really, everything we did was the help of Jordan Towers. Nigga gonna give Jordan his props. Jordan was a big part of the Skull Gang movie because he was there every other fucking day taping. In the shop.
Every other day? I thought he was there every motherfucking day.
He was. Yeah. And Scenario. Shout out to Scenario. I just seen him at a cookout. My bro took me to.
Yeah, where the fuck is Scenario?
Scenario was living in California. He's back. I got his number. Shout out to Scenario.
Far out.
Shout out to my boy 1-2 Tweezy. That's my little bro, small street nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, because I'm like, Jewels is connected with Wayne, and they supposed to do that I Can't Feel My Face album, all in the same, breath.
I ain't supposed to let this out the house, but they like 13 new songs and for the album.
We got a big announcement on Forbes.
I ain't supposed to set that, but Els will probably be mad. But just this is pure juice, but okay. I'm just letting you know they working. Shout out to Jewels.
So I Can't Feel My Face is finally gonna come.
Definitely.
That's dope.
We'll see that.
That's dope because they did the Black Republican.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the Skull Gang. What for you as an artist, as a homie, as a person I hang around? When is it over? Niggas stop calling. Niggas stop hanging together. Like, cause my thing is
a lot of shit happened. When Els was going through Els' cousin was just murdered.
Okay.
Johnny Giadron, the one that was doing all the funny skits on the Skull Gang mixtape, he died in this studio.
Wow.
Our studio got raided by the feds.
Remember that?
I remember that.
Shit just fell apart.
When he died in the studio, that was what? Natural causes or
alcohol poisoning, they say.
Wow.
All we had was rosé and some boxes of Ciroc and Patron boxes. You know what I'm saying? We was
So
living
niggas
fast.
thought he was like just having a hangover.
Yeah, I wasn't even there when he passed. He was in there. Everybody was in the control. Early that morning, he said, "Yo, his chest hurt. He gonna go get a ginger ale." Went to get the ginger ale. Never jumped the ginger ale. Put it in the fridge. Niggas went to the control room to listen to the music we did the previous week. They heard a big boom, like something hit the floor. He was foaming out his mouth. He got to the hospital 2 minutes after he went through the hospital doors. He passed away.
Wow.
So Els was put in a mind state where he didn't finish the material for the Skull Gang album. Like it was mad verses open for Els to get on. Els was like, "Y'all do y'all pause and then wait." It's time. So Els never finished it. Koch still put the album out. They only added one song. They even put a song on it that we used the Nelly beat as a freestyle.
This album came out?
Yeah, this is the Skull Gang album. If you go there, they still got a Nelly. Yo, listen. Like I said, after I didn't get no money for the Skull Gang shit, and I knew Black Baby Grand did that bullshit, I really was like, yo, you know what? I gotta figure some shit out. You know what I'm saying? I moved to PA and Boonies. That's how I came up with the idea for Cranberry. I had to go get my mind right.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta retreat.
I wasn't totally broke, but I was fucked up. And niggas don't admit when they fucked up. A nigga was fucked up. I had real niggas in the street that seen me down, was helping. My nigga 12, my nigga Live. Niggas helped me when I was down. Those are the only niggas that I could ask them. Sometimes I can't get everything from my niggas. Niggas might give me a frown, but I get it because they know they can get it right back, and they know I put plans together. I'm the top negotiator. I put shit together. You can't name any nigga that been around me or met me in the last 5 to 10 years that can't say I ain't helped them elevate in some type of way. Nobody. When I started doing the Brooklyn Way web series, I bring all my niggas in with me. When I do anything, I bring my niggas in with me. I'm never that nigga that's leaving niggas to the side because it ain't fun to me to pop bottles and be successful by yourself. I want all my niggas with crowns on their left wrist. I want everybody with a dope ass cred. Everybody with a bank account owed the fuck up. That's what I'm fighting for. A lot of other shit I ain't even with.
It's so much turmoil within the crew of the Diplomats.
Yeah.
You and Shice was beefing. Jim and Cam was beefing.
Yeah.
Jim and Jewels was beefing.
Yeah.
Jewels and Cam was beefing.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand in all of this?
I love all of them. I ain't played no sides. Nigga, the reason why a lot of niggas fucked up because niggas play sides. Niggas wouldn't pick Jewel's side. Niggas wouldn't pick Cam's side. Niggas wouldn't pick Jim's side. I fuck with all of them. I ain't pick no side. Y'all my brothers, y'all bugging the fuck out. Me and Cam had long talks. Me and Jim just got off the road. Last week I went to Virginia with him for 2 days. We had a long talk. Me and Jewels had a little discrepancy. Me and Jewels always bump heads because that's my brother. I love him. Because I'm just so outspoken. And sometimes I might go to some social media and put up some shit. He'd be like, yo, bro, you ain't even got to do. But sometimes I feel like that's the only way a nigga gonna hear me. But, you know, that's my only flaw I feel. But those is my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I was texting me on my birthday. How do you enjoy your day, bro? If you ever have a problem, talk to me about it. You know what I'm saying? So I never pick sides. Like I said, I can go fuck with you else right after this. I can go fuck with Jim. I can go fuck with Cam. I can go fuck with Z. I never pick sides. You know what I'm saying? Niggas pick sides. I'm only fucking with Keller. I'm only fucking with Jewels. But then you see niggas crew swapping all the time. But to each his own.
Musically, where does it stand with you and them right now? Do you have could you get records with all of them, or
I haven't recorded record. The last person I recorded with from Diplomats was Cam when we did the Put It in the Sky record about 3 years ago. I'm not on none of Jewel's new material. I'm not on nobody's album.
Is it by choice or?
No, it's not by choice. I don't get them calls. You know what I'm saying? I don't get those calls. I don't get when it's time to do features and shit like that. Not gonna say. Like, if I'm around Jewels and I got a hook out there, he'll let me lay it down. If he choose to keep it, he keep it. But I don't get those calls. You know
like
what I'm
you
saying?
used to.
I never got those calls. If you go to Jewels albums, I've never been on a Jewels album.
I'm talking about what was one point where y'all was working together.
We always work together. You know what I'm saying?
But
like
the
I
final
said,
version,
like I said, I've never been on a Jewels album. The only thing I've been on a body work that's got to do with Jewels is the Skull Gang and his first mixtape, Final Destination. And that's because he recorded it in our studio. And I bum rushed the joint. He was like, yo, do that same shit you did on Killer album. And that's how I did the track. But if you look at his 2 albums that he have today, I've never been on it.
Even the new mixtape that he put out recently.
I'm not on that neither.
Wow.
I A&R. I was the A&R administration on God willing, but I didn't have no song.
Let me ask you this: did you speak to Jewels about that?
I feel like if you want me on a song, you gonna tell me get on this record. If you want me, it's whatever. To each his own. Like you win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying?
Because he might just see this, not to cut you off, and say, "Yo, I never knew you felt like that." Constant, like.
Nah, it's just like if you know I'm a hardworking artist. You know I bust my ass when I'm in that booth. You know I bust my ass. It's work. All we doing is working. But if you don't feel I fit the criteria of what you're doing, it's cool. I don't feel no bitterness, but I just know what it is.
So you basically saying he didn't have your best interest at that time when he was dropping his projects.
I'm not saying he had my best interest. I'm just saying I wasn't included. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So as an artist, where do you stand right now? Like, do you still have the fire? Do you still have the passion to even go in there and do this shit?
I still put out 2 mixtapes 1 month apart. I put out a mixtape on Halloween, then I dropped right back, and on New Year's Day and dropped another mixtape.
Reason why I'm asking you is this: was it a point where you had to say, "Okay"?
Yeah, I was depressed.
Yeah,
it was times
exactly
nigga,
because
it was times when nigga had them biggie suicidal thoughts that it just ain't feel like this is all I ever put my life into. My nigga always tell me, yo, why you don't smile? Now he'll see why I don't smile. Now he know why I don't smile. What the fuck is this smile about? Niggas been nitpicking at me forever. Man, you can't name something I wasn't involved in that I ain't have main influence in. Purple City, Skull Gang, none of that shit. You can't say all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I stay politically correct. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. Niggas putting out albums on me. My mom's fucked up, need money, but niggas putting out albums on me and I'm not getting paid for them. So how the fuck should I feel? Yeah. But I ain't go to the public. You never seen me go to the public and diss nobody. Never seen me diss Jewels. Never seen me diss Cam. Never seen, because I'm bigger than that. It was my brother. I never jump out on a limb. That's why I think where Max B, fucked up at, like, jumping out the limb so quick, you know what I'm saying? Not saying he didn't have reasons, but sometimes you got to keep that shit to yourself, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. Like, not saying that niggas ain't have a best interest. Everybody works on their own time, and you can't be mad at a nigga for doing something, not doing something for you that you would do for him.
If you at this particular time, I think that was my biggest interview of my career at the time was the Max B interview on the Come Up DVD. Yeah. It wasn't a point in the time where you was in the crib like, I'm blowing your dove. You was jamming. Of course,
to that I shit. Still listen to that shit. I was listening to that shit this morning.
When niggas come around, you be like,
and that's another reason. That's another reason. I never got involved in that. Okay. Y'all niggas is bugging. How am I like when we Max in the studio with us next week they beefing. So I'm gonna jump on the too. Get the fuck out of here. I still listen to Max B. I still listen to that MOB mixtape with Stacks and that. Come on, man. Man, I don't know if Jim listen to that shit sometimes, but he know that shit fire. He know that boy fire. That's why he fucked with him.
Yeah.
See, niggas don't want to speak up. Niggas be wanting to dick ride. I fuck with Max music. I'm always fuck with Max. It's classic shit. I fuck with Jim. I fuck with you. I fuck with music, period. Your problem with that nigga ain't got nothing to do with my fucking ears.
And Jim Jones caught one with that gigabyte shit too.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? It was times when we ran down. On Max. Skull Gang. The first day we dropped the Skull Gang mixtape, we was on our run. Cap USA 125th.
Omar.
We kept him in, we called him in Omar spell. We was 30, 40 deep. All the Queens niggas. Joel said, yo, just keep my name out your mouth. We got it on footage. Els never sold that shit to nobody. He still
we heard about it.
Yeah, we heard about it. Niggas was going to hurt. But you see, it got to a point where niggas was popping shit and niggas was getting caught up. You seen what happened to little what's his name? Jojo. You niggas run your mouth, niggas catch you right in the store in Queens. You say something about Jewels again. Got you yoked up all over the internet. That's what happened. Shout out to my nigga Hot Boy, the Hot Knee Boy, 12th block. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be fucked up out here getting shit misconstrued. Reason why I'm able to fuck with all them niggas because I didn't pick sides. I love Jewels, I love Cam, I love Jim, I love Zeke. I have nothing to do with that. We might have our own problems, but it's never gonna be verbally to the world.
The brand, Dipset.
The legacy is getting fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you.
The legacy is getting fucked up because we're not seeing eye to eye. Everything we put, niggas died for this shit. A lot of stuff that's going on right now is just it's a lot of testosterone and it's egos, man. Let me tell you, once the independence came with Jewels and Jim, that's where the turmoil they didn't have to be under Cam no more. It's just like a baby growing up. You want to kiss it and all that, but it's gonna get to a point. That boy is getting too big to be kissing on.
Can I ask you a question? I'm gonna keep it real. From my perspective, this is Doggie Diamond's perspective. I felt like a lot of niggas started getting jealous when Jim made Ballin', man.
Man,
when that Ballin' came out, I felt like niggas got jealous.
Let me tell you
man.
where I'm from. Harlem, niggas don't want to see the next man get that torch.
Damn.
Niggas, it's a lot of niggas that don't want to. It's a lot of people that don't want to see East with
I
that
would
torch
say
right
this
now.
though, Jim Jones was very supportive of Cam when Cam was.
We was all supportive, but
Yeah.
once Jim became a star, I think that's when the problem. It's like in the beginning, everybody's driving Cam cars, everybody's wearing Cam jewels, but now, and it was just Bird Gang, dips at Bird Gang. But now you got Diplomats, you got Bird Gang, you got Skull Gang, you got 730. Everybody like once the how we all looked up to Cam, niggas is looking at Juelz like that, man.
Yes.
How niggas was looking up to Cam, niggas looking at Jim like that. Zeke run North Carolina.
Facts.
That's a fact.
And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna go on record and say I personally think if Ballin' didn't come out, shit was kind of fucked up for a little while as far as how Diplomats was being looked at, because that was the biggest record, right? Ain't that the biggest record for out of the whole Dipset camp?
I think Old Boy or Hey Mom.
Yeah, well, because that's Cameron.
But I'm talking about that's Jim's biggest record. That ain't even have nothing to do with Dipset.
What I'm saying is that
you talking about from the family?
He's under the umbrella. Yes, he's under the umbrella.
One of the biggest records.
Besides
That shit
Cam,
was on motherfucking Giants football.
this is what I'm saying, and I felt like it kind of got different when Jim was able to build his Dipset.
Mm-hmm.
He got Max B. He got fucking Stack Bundles. R.I.P. One of the hottest niggas in New York City in the world. Period.
Mm-hmm.
To this day. You know what I'm saying? He got Mel Matrix, the homie from the hood, straight up certified goon. Shout out to Mel, you know what I'm saying? Certified goon.
Rolling Rod Murder.
Yeah. He's Spooky, the original Spooky. Yeah,
Spooky G.
Spooky Chef.
Spooky G Chef.
That's
You
the
making
homie.
know I need that cheesecake, Spooky G's.
Yeah. So he was building his own Dipset. And at this particular time, I felt like, was it getting different because y'all was branching off and y'all wasn't with Cam? Is that what you saying? Like
it was just that it wasn't the same once everybody got their own crew.
Okay.
It was like how we looked at Cam. Now everybody else is getting looked at that from their crew. It was just one crew before. Now it's four. You get what I'm saying? It's 730. It's Skull Gang. It's Bird Gang. Then turned to Vampire Life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you can look at it, people that was down with Bird Gang, it's not really Vampire Life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's no, Chink's not around really like that.
Rest in peace, Sandman too.
Sandman, rest in peace, Sandman. Straight up to saying the 12th block. Black Company. But yeah, man. Like I said, once the money and the success came, that's when the breakup came, man.
And then it was beefs. You got True Life beef. You got
I didn't really pay attention to that. It got funky in a lot of situations because they even got time when niggas try to run down on me in the jewelry store down on 8th Street, but nigga had to get up out of there because it was just getting funky. Like, I got and shit, I ain't even got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're guilty by affiliation, man.
So 2017, no. Before we go, we gotta touch this Karen Civil shit because Cam accused her of all types of shit, of stealing. You brought her in. He was like, you was really Unkasa, girl. You know what I'm saying? She was stealing. Shed light on that.
I met Karen in 0203. Probably a year earlier than that. Like 0203 at Joel Santana's store. Like I said, it was love at first sight. We had a relationship for a while. That didn't work because it was just too many motherfuckers just nitpicking at the relationship. Mm-hmm. Once they found out I was with her. And maybe it was best when they didn't know she was my girl, because she started working for Duke the God and I didn't know. Okay. But Shice told Duke, yo, that's his girl. Nah, that's his girl, nigga. She lived with him and all that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But
where was you living at the time?
We was living in Harlem. I had a crib in Harlem. And she was a beast. She was
doing Charles Hamilton shit too, right?
Yeah, she was doing Charles Hamilton. Like, shout out to Karen Sue. She was a beast. Somebody asked me the other day, did you foresee what she's doing now? Hell yeah. Shorty went the scavenger huts in the rain, pouring rain on Angie Martinez Apprentice. She did all that shit. She wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
But was she banging bread though? Keep it talk.
Was she bringing bread?
Was she banging bread?
I can't speak. I can't speak. I can't speak on that because I wasn't there.
You didn't get banged.
How they say allegedly she stole some money. Allegedly.
I heard it was like 40K.
I heard it's 40, 60. It was a disclosed amount, but it happened. And you know, I guess everybody but Karen bring a lot to that Diplomat mixtape shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
she wasn't getting paid at first, right?
Nah, everybody. Duke was paying their phone bills. Duke was making sure they was good. Well, I guess they didn't feel what they was receiving
was adequate enough.
So,
well, let me ask you this though, because we in 2017, and we gonna have you back on the show plenty of times.
Yeah, this gonna be a part 2 to this.
Because your homie gotta make his moves and shit like that. But check it. Can you call Karen Civil right now?
I haven't spoken to Karen in more than 11 years, 12. The last time I seen Karen was the year before last at Meek Mill's album release at Fire and Ice, and at that time she was dating a kid, Dean. We didn't even speak.
Hold up, you said Fire and Ice Studio.
No, Fire and Ice. The old
Kiss and Fly,
the old Kiss and Fly on club.
Okay, you know, I was thinking about Fire and Ice in Queens.
Oh yeah, those my niggas. Shout out to Bruce Spitz and Bundy Crumb. Those my niggas.
R.I.P. Fox, man.
R.I.P. Fox. R.I.P. Bruce Spitz moms too, because he lost his moms this year.
Okay, shout out to the homie Bruce Spitz and R.I.P. to my.
Shout out to the whole Queens.
Yeah. So she didn't even speak to you?
No, we didn't speak. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no blah blah. I congratulate her on it. She's very successful. She's that person you need to know and have outlets with when you're in LA. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of people that's mad about that because you gotta fuck with Karen Civil. Sometimes if you're in the entertainment business and trying to get your feet wet out there, you're gonna bump heads with her. So you might as well make amends.
Yo, my nigga, though, at least you knocked it down. You gotta keep it real, though.
Nigga trying to hold that.
Fuck that.
You know
because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Salute to any chick who big up her dice. But don't front on a nigga you used to let a nigga knock you down. You was eating 4 chicken wings and rice with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that you get what you get. But you gotta remember them humble.
Like Cameron was like one of my first love. It's so past 10, but like
he said love at first sight. So
yeah, it was love at first.
She wasn't that bad back then too. She
was just regular. You can just tell that it was something special about her. You know what I'm saying? It was like love at first sight. You know, we got together. We was probably together maybe a few years. You know what I'm saying? And then the relationship went sour. And we kind of ended on a bad note, but you know
what made it go sour though?
A lot of interference from hating ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? And then she was working for Duke and she didn't let me know, so I felt that was kind of disloyal because all you have to do is explain. I found out she was working with Duke one day. I went to borrow her iPod and I went into her bag and she had a bunch of business cards printed up for Duke. So I'm like, what did she snap? I think that's when you know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to Karen Civil and what she's doing right now because she's doing a lot for the people in Haiti. She's doing a lot. She was fucking the main spokeswoman for Hillary Clinton motherfucking campaign. So you come on, Karen Civil went from being an assistant to that head bitch in charge in LA.
And again,
it is what it is.
I was a little kid shit right now. Fuck
yeah. Listen, we gonna hit it on this.
But yeah, before we do that, shout out to Karen Civil. You know what I'm saying? I like to see black women, especially.
Definitely, because there's a lot. Because I see a lot of girls in the hood every day ain't doing shit with her.
That ain't turned.
The first person that come to mind is her. Like, it's females out here that's actually grinding. You know what I'm saying? So
and shout out to Unkasa for not being fucking crazy, my nigga, because you've been through some shit. I would be fucking crazy as shit and not committing suicide and not killing some motherfucking body.
Thoughts was definitely there. When I knew that's when I was in tune with the music. That's when I was too passionate and too emotional and tired of my career. Where I said, if my career and shit not working out, I'm gonna take myself. I looked in the mirror. God came like, you bugging the fuck out. People love you and keep pushing.
Yeah, and that's dope. And like I said, with us,
because niggas ain't gonna share that real shit. I cried, nigga. I cried the other day on my Instagram about Prodigy. Prodigy was one of the first rappers that ever spoke to me and told me my shit was dope when I used to be up there with Arlene DeVal at Loud Records.
Oh, shout out to homie Arlene.
You know Arlene, right? Brooklyn, BK Sting, Maddie. Oh, come on. Motherfucking, before he was Bizarre, his name is Boogie. He used to be with Devontae.
Yeah, shout out
Roy
to
Bizarre.
him.
Come on,
Arlene wrote my life for MJ.
Yeah, she did. You motherfucking right. And was fighting for her money for years.
Yeah,
like these, when I be telling my little bro shit, he be like, "Where? Yeah, I was there. I know all of the Jimmy henchmen in the. I know the Jimmy henchmen personally. Haitian Jacks. The big Meaches. I was there. Y'all can't say I was there. Y'all can't erase history. I was there for a lot of shit. I was there the night in the studio when that shit went down with Irvin them and 50. I was in Studio B with Bryce Wilson doing the Groove Theory album. They was like, yo, 50 in them. Because at the time, 50 in them had they foot on the neck of Tony poking them. It was times when Tony poking, but that's how I first met 50 in a motherfucking
Sky Lobby. You had to go through the Sky Lobby. You had to go to the Sky Lobby.
Security, that's where I met 50.
Because you had to go to the Sky Lobby to get to the office.
50 used to be like this on the shit. And he used to be like, yo, I heard a lot about you, man. They saying you that nigga on. I'm saying, all I'm trying to do is feed my family. And me and 50, I got cool. A couple of years ago when the before our Self-Destruct movie came out, I went to the premiere with Jewels. 50 hopped over the fucking barricade, punched me in my wrist, like, yeah. Slow was like, I told you, Fifth say he fuck with you. So shout out to Fifth and all that, you know what I'm saying?
So hold on, you did say you was there when that Murder Inc. and
yeah, I was there.
50 shit.
I was there. I was in Studio B. I just seen niggas running out the motherfucking Hit Factory. I went to go get some Dutchess, and you see niggas running. I'm like, oh shit, that was Fifth.
So you was around Czar Entertainment for
the
Bulletproof Love shit?
Yeah, I was
when
there.
Niggas walk around with the vest, with the shirt.
I was there since 1998.
Damn, yeah, that was
So I gotta ask you this question because Irv Gotti just said this shit on Breakfast Club. He said the nigga 50, put a order protection on him.
I don't know how true it was. Paperwork floating around, but it's paperwork floating around on every fucking body. I didn't know. I didn't get too deep in there. I was just like, oh, them niggas beefing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know the history, how far I go back. My rap history, my career go way further than being just a part of Purpose City Diplomat. Like you gonna get interviews on my documentary. You gonna get interviews from Barry Hankinson. You gonna get shit from Bryce Wilson. You gonna get niggas like that, Raekwon. Niggas like that.
But you want to talk about the battle rap because you stepped in
that
we
talking about. They gonna tell you they ain't all the rap shit. A lot of these niggas ain't meet me on no rap shit because I was a street nigga. Ask Tone Hooker how he met me.
You said
from Tone Hooker from Rockefeller. Ask him how he met
Hooker's
me.
in the group Original Flavor.
Original Flavor. He's a nigga that came up with the logo and the name Rockefeller.
Wow.
Niggas ain't know that. I've been around. Ask Jay-Z about me when Money Ace Bags and all them niggas was up at Baseline. When Baseline, I went up and battled and torched all them niggas. Ask niggas about that. Ask Warner, OG Warner.
You told G to K too?
Nigga, I tore them niggas ass up. Man, G to K was crazy.
Because I just spoke to H Money back, so you gave H Money back to business to G to K.
Man,
yeah, look at that camera.
H Money gonna tell you that's my nigga. Me and H went at it. Me and Calico went at it. G to K respected my shit. Niggas, I was right in front of Jay-Z. H Money. He did that 10-year stretch. Like right after that, he went to jail. But me and him ain't really get it on. He spit, I spit. I tore that kid Calico ass a new ass. Your man Hov said, yo, Warren, I think you better come in here. Ask Hov. When I left that shit, it was called, you can ask DJ Clue. It was called Keep It Real Wednesday. This is when rappers and producers go up the baseline and play their beats and rap. And if your shit is whack, them niggas will harshly disrespect you. Before I left, Hov hit me on the shoulder and said like this, man. That's how you do it. Keep it real Wednesday. Ask Hov, you remember?
Wow. History. Now that's dope. That's dope. And I'm happy. So, 2017, anything you need for us, anything you need for this platform, we've been rocking for some time. Anyway.
Hit me on my Instagram. I got the Cranberry and Vodka Apparel. You can hit me right now. I'm working on a website. So y'all will be getting a website in the middle of the summer. Go download Vanilla Sky 1 and 2. Part 3 will be coming at the end of the summer. Go watch from 1 to 13 episodes The Brooklyn Way.
Gap Murder?
Gap Murder. Shout out to Gap Murder. Shout out to Gap Murder.
Just called me yesterday.
Yeah, that's my motherfucking nigga. So he should be watching this. Gap, what's up? The Brooklyn Way, the Harlem Way. We won our award this year for Best Theme Song. We're going to win for Best Actor and all that because I'm coming for my award next year at the joint. We won an award at the Web Series Awards and wasn't even finished the series. So,
and your Instagram is I am
Unkasa. IMUNKASA. Hit me up, and I got to follow my clothing brand Cranberry and Vodka. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
Let them know. We on.
And the name of this is Talk Your Shit. Talk
your
shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? This was a real conversation today. They asked me, and I kept it politically correct. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to rub no feathers. I'm just answering real nigga shit. And there's a lot of shit that people learned today about me.
No,
like
I think that's dope.
Like a lot of people, like things people didn't know about. The Chris Brown record. Jewels was never going to do the Chris Brown record.
Back to the Crib.
Yeah, no, not Back to the Crib. Run It.
Oh,
everybody was telling Jewels he's too grown for that song. I woke that nigga up 6 o'clock in the morning. Do your fucking verse for that. That's your MTV. That's your TRL.
That's your life changing.
That's your and he went on tour. Nigga made millions off that tour. He said it himself. Go to Vanilla Sky. That's the intro of the second interlude on the tape. Go and he'll tell you I wasn't gonna do that song. Untold me to do that record, and it wasn't because he ain't no clue.
Was that kickback good?
I ain't getting none. Yeah, it was. Like I said, you win something, you lose something.
Yeah, you win
the Diplomat record.
Saluted you.
The Diplomat record. Have My Money. When Flex was pronouncing that he had a new Diplomat record, it wasn't a fucking record. Them niggas ain't even speak to each other. I got Jewels in the studio to come to Cam's house. I got Jewels.
The A-Rap music joint?
No, the one that was done by Vinio, but by Vinny Idol. Bitch better have my money. The first Diplomat record in 10 years. I put that together. I stayed at Cam house for 48, almost to 72 hours waiting on Jewels. Jewels came to do his verse 45 minutes before they had to go to Flex. I had Jim in the studio like 8, 9 that morning. I called Vinny Idol 4 in the morning. Yo, you want to make history? What I got to do, little bro? Send me a beat so these niggas can have a Diplomat record so they can play tomorrow on the radio.
And they end up doing a reunion tour and all that.
You know what I'm saying? Off that, but I put that record together. Call Cam and ask him who put that record together. Who got Jewels to even do the fucking verse? Jewels wasn't gonna come do the verse. Cam shot me on the radio. If it wasn't for my nigga Unkasa, this record wouldn't be done. But we're gonna end it on that note.
On that note, we need that drop though. That official.
Man, Forbes DVD, it's your boy Cranman Rockstar, Casa Kalinsky, Casa motherfucking Cavalli, motherfucking self-proclaimed one of the kings of home because there's many kings. Shout out my corner boy niggas. Shout out Rich Rhymer. He just dropped the mixtape. Shout out everybody dropping the tape. Shout out Dave East. Shout out Rich Rhymer. Shout out my man Corner Boy Cash. Shout out Neat Bucks. Shout out BBOD. Shout out Harlem. Let's work together. Fuck all that beef and shit. Let's get money. That's how Harlem niggas do. We get fucking money. You see my Brooklyn niggas? They fuck with me. Niggas get money. Doggie Diamonds, the reason why they call him Doggie, he's really going in them jewels buying that shit. He ain't wearing too much now, but he said, I know him from really copping real diamonds. You bum ass niggas. So like I said, shout out to Doggie Diamonds, M.Reck. This is talking shit. I'm going to talk my shit. And I'm out. Like I said, go get Vanilla Sky 1 and 2, Cranberry and Vodka Sports. You see me. Thanks
to everybody in the chat room who joined us. Next time, we'll start getting questions from y'all.
Shout out to everybody, Cam, Jewels, Jim, Aguilar, everybody.
Talk your ish.
I ain't missing nobody, right?
No, we got everybody. We out of here. ForbesDVD.com. Make sure you log on, subscribe to this, hit that bell to get all the notifications. Go to this man right here, get that clothing, go to his gram. He got mixtapes out. If you
look out for the autobiography.
I'm
gonna put these niggas on the spot now. I need an interview for my autobiography.
Oh, that's easy.
Y'all fuck with me.
That's easy.
That's done.
That's done.
I fuck with.
We got some music to do.
Oh,
yeah.
Tell me again. So
we got some music to do.
Okay.
And I was fucking with that interview too with whatchamacallit, bro.
Tribe Gangster?
Yeah.
That
shit was interesting, dog.
Yo, that shit was in the other room over here and shit like that. Yeah.
I said, so
we out here, listen, we working Forbes DVD, Unkasa. We fuck with Unkasa because he never switched since we met the man. He's always been the same, and he go back as your brother too, bro. That's my
family. That's my family, my heart.
So And we've been fucking with Unkasa for 10 years on the shit. The first time I saw him was on Night Sessions though, DVD. You know what I'm saying?
Half jersey and all that. And like I said, even with the Taj Mahal and Jewel situation, Doggie called me himself like, "Yo, I need to know what's going on."
Yep.
I was still
when you said you was going to Syracuse, you was going to fuck with Taj.
I was fuck with Taj. Still family. I really tried to dead that beat between because it was a bunch of old worms dug up that was dead. So. Like I said, shout out to Taj Mahal and to my son and his son, little Polo God. he's dropping music now. I'm just shouting out everybody. Everybody stay blessed. We in Ramadan, holy month. Everybody stay blessed, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm on my way back to go get this fucking money.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
Go get that Paper Chase on iTunes and Google Play. Shout out to DB Rap.
Shout out to the homie Nims for this hat right here. Make sure you follow
Yeah,
Nims.
niggas don't know that's that 50 niggas that pop.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying.
Don't know that shit, man.
Nims_F your life. Fuck your life. That's his shit. Nims_FYL. If you want a hat like this, you got to go to his joint. If you want his clothing line, if you want my Discipline clothing line, you know you got to go to shop.doggiediamondstv.com.
Yep.
Shout out to Pan African Designs with the Heru on the shirt. We only wear black clothing design and shit. So that's what we doing, man.
I'm seeing the motherfucking comments. That's what's up.
Oh, they in there.
They in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
So next time we bring Unkasa back, we gonna talk to y'all.
We going.
We out of here. Peace. Thank y'all.
Thanks, man. Sorry about that.